Powered by the Montana Television Network. This is the 5:30 News on Q2, Montana's news leader.
Hello, good Sunday evening, folks. Thank you for tuning into the Q2 Weekend Crew. I'm Dustin Klemann. Puerto Rico's Power Authority is working to cancel a controversial contract it awarded to a small Montana-based utility company. Ricardo Ramos, the CEO of Puerto Rico Electric Power Authority, says he is asking for a resolution that would allow for the cancellation of the contract with Whitefish Energy. The $300 million deal with the two-year-old company has drawn widespread scrutiny. Whitefish, which was tasked to help restore power to parts of hurricane-ravaged Puerto Rico, had few employees before Hurricane Maria hit. Ramos said during a Sunday press conference that the contract is not canceled as of yet, adding that it requires 30 days of prior notice. He said he will need to talk with the firm. Whitefish is also based in the small hometown of U.S. Interior Secretary Ryan Zinke, which has raised questions. Zinke has said he has had nothing to do with the contract. We hope to have more on this developing story tonight at 10. A man wanted on a felony warrant in Utah was arrested in Livingston after leading officers on a high-speed chase on Saturday just before 1 p.m. Park County Sheriff's Office received a call for an erratic driver driving westbound all over the road, speeding, slamming on brakes, and traveling in excess of 100 miles per hour, all the while endangering drivers on I-90. Driver was also reportedly throwing clear plastic baggies of white powdery substance out the window during the chase. That man was identified as Brian Wells. He lost control of the vehicle into the ditch and it rolled. He was booked in the Park County Detention Center. Again, he has a felony warrant out for his arrest in Utah. A family is searching for their son after he went missing on Friday. Elias Miguel Nava, 13, was last seen leaving Riverside Middle School on Friday. He's not been heard from since. He stands 4'7", dirty blonde hair, hazel eyes. He was last seen wearing black shoes, blue or black jeans, and a black shirt. Now, in the picture, his hair is shorter. It is longer now. And this is a photo provided by the family. If you have any information of his whereabouts, please contact Billings Police. 5 years ago today, Sandy made landfall in New Jersey when then it roared through the Northeast. It proved to be a perfect superstorm of destruction, sparking a massive fire and floods in New York City. It killed 182 people in the U.S. and Caribbean and caused more damage than any hurricane in U.S. history other than Katrina and Harvey. CBS News correspondent Wendy Gillette reports from New York. The rebuilding has yet to be completed.
Marjorie Wise is still waiting for her leaking ceiling to be repaired, 5 years after Superstorm Sandy flooded her Brooklyn neighborhood.
The water took the cars, hit it against the trees, so here was just a mess.
She's one of thousands of Sandy victims still awaiting repairs after the storm left behind more than $70 billion in damage. They've endured years of red tape, complicated applications, and cases of contractor fraud. The storm filled Wise's basement with 5 feet of water. She got funding for that, but not for her damaged roof and leaking ceiling, just now undergoing repairs.
I had other organizations that came, but they did not really help me.
FEMA and state funds enabled Joseph Lynch to repair his Brooklyn home. He was back in 18 months after Sandy. The storm flooded the house with 4 feet of water.
It was just below the circuit breakers.
It's a night he'll never forget.
I think most of us, and myself included, were shocked that that water came so high.
If another storm like Sandy hits, Lynch will be more protected. His house is being elevated 6 feet on piers as part of a program called Project Uplift.
The next time a storm like Sandy hits, that home will receive the same amount of water and the same amount of damage, and we want to prevent that from happening.
Lynch is out of his house about 8 months while it's raised. Some in the same situation have decided that's too long to be out of their homes. Others can't get enough funding. Advocates say it's important for the nation to remember that the rebuilding from Sandy is still not over, as attention turns to more recent hurricanes, including Harvey, Irma, and Maria. Wendy Gillette, CBS News, New York.
Today, the mayor of New York City announced a $145 million investment for projects to help withstand storms in the future. Back here in Billings, Christmas is still just a few months away, but it's never too early to get a head start on shopping for all those people on your list. That's exactly what many were doing this afternoon as they filled the Billings Depot for the 3rd annual Fair Trade Market. The event, hosted by Mercy Market, featured products from at least 20 countries. 9 vendors also attending today's extravaganza, offering anything from Christmas ornaments and handbags to shoes, shirts, and jewelry. All of the products are handmade and created from recycled materials such as tire rubber, glass, and much, much more.
This group is working in Ethiopia with taking bullet casings and turning them into beautiful jewelry. We have felt products from Kyrgyzstan, and you just kind of can go around the world as you walk through this building and get all handmade products that are ethically sourced and impact the lives of women and families around the world.
The event is growing, so the goal is to one day expand the event to over a 2-day period. Still ahead on the 5:30 news, do kids really need homework? You might want to listen in. We take a look at what helps kids learn after the break. And later in sports, if you watched SportsCenter at all over the past 20 years, you might have heard of this guy. We'll dive deeper into the story of a bond that's getting stronger almost over 50 years. Over in the Weather Center, rainy day with Rob Griggs.
Yeah, Dustin, been a rainy day all across southern Montana, central Montana, portions of northern Wyoming. Now, once these showers pass, the cold settles in. So be sure to download your free Q2 Storm Tracker weather app, because that will be important in the next couple of days. That complete work week Halloween and beyond forecast in just a few minutes.
You're watching MTN News with Dustin Klemann, Storm Tracker weather with Rob Griggs, and sports with Casey Conlon. This is the 5:30 news on Q2, Montana's news leader.